So welcome back. We're continuing our reflections over the World Brewers Championship in Boston. Video number 9, talking about the final. So final is where we did our best round. We scored 86, which is the highest open score in the competition. And for me, the final started basically Friday afternoon, the second I stopped competing. Or the second I was first done with the first round, and I knew our coffee wasn't tasting up to scratch in the first round. I knew it wasn't tasting where we wanted it to be, so it was basically jump straight into test brewing, tasting more different waters, going back to the hotel, continuing the roasting. We tried quite a few different profiles to see if the challenge was within the roast, which we basically went back to the original profile for the actual competition, but that's for a later pitch. So we roasted a bunch of different coffees. I had practice time 9:30, and I competed basically last, so around 1 o'clock on the final day. And that was an active choice. I could choose where I wanted to be, and I decided to be last because I figured that's, then everyone's been through, they know the quality of everyone else, and they can kind of decide where I should be within that range, right? So arriving 8 o'clock, setting everything up, started to basically test brew as soon as we could. We had a bunch of coffee, we tried a bunch of different waters. Most of the job was done on the Saturday before the final, actually, because Saturday was 6-8 hours straight of just pure coffee brewing. We, trying to figure out what was wrong with the coffee in the first round. How can we make this clean cup? How can we make this dryness go away? And we ended up changing the whole recipe, brewing and brewing and brewing. And, we changed gram, dose, water temperature, we changed water, we changed pours, we changed total brew time. And with that, it's not just changing how you brew, it's also changing what you're presenting in your presentation in the final. So it wasn't ideal, but I think it's important to understand that it's about making the tastiest cup of coffee, right? So it doesn't matter if things looks flawless on stage or sound flawless on stage. If it's not tasty, it's not tasty. You're not gonna, do very well. So our priority was making the tastiest cup of coffee, and that's what we were working for. So spent all Saturday trying to do that. I had the help of some really talented brewers, especially Nikolai's from Malaysia. They're coaching Thailand, and Michael from Austria. Amateur coffee brewer. I say he's pretty pro. That's competed in the Worlds for the second time. And I mean, some few other people, and it was really interesting experience on Saturday, just brewing together with them. And we ended up actually doing a pretty tasty version of it. And went out Saturday night, made sure to get some proper food, proper sleep. It's always fun to eat some good stuff. And then, as I said, up Sunday morning, training 9:30 directly, and started to test brew. Started to roast some of the batches first when I arrived. So I roasted like 4 batches. Then practice time, set up exactly we have a longer practice time now. We have 30 minutes. In the first round, we have 15 minutes on the same competition day. But I did the same thing, basically set up 5-minute practice time and 10 minutes competition time to just have that done with, go through the process, get some proper feedback, hear what people had to say. That was the first round I did with the brewing method we chose, so the brewing pattern we chosen. It kind of incorporated that in the presentation. I didn't spend up all night trying to incorporate it. I just kind of, fell back and trusted myself, knowing that I would probably be able to fix this. So I didn't stress out, I didn't freak out. I stayed calm. I know our coffee was tasty, and that's the most important part. So we went through practice round. Didn't taste perfect, but the presentation went very smooth with all the new pitches. So we spent the next 4 hours before competing, test brewing, different waters again, different this. We ended up pushing a third wave of water with a higher dilution, so more water than what is subscribed. And then we pushed that through a Brita filter afterwards. And that's the water we ended up using. and again changed all the brewing parameters as well. Apart from that, I mean, it's a really good vibe going up in the final, hang out with the finalists, and you know, it's just, you're just happy to be able to be on stage and brew coffee in front of people that wants to taste your coffee. And there was a few more people in the crowd this time as well, which also makes it a lot more fun. So, you know, we kind of just went up, went for it, had a lot of fun. It's important to not stress out when you do these kind of things, right? I mean, if you stress out, you're fucked. You know, you need to be in a happy place, in a happy mode to brew tasty coffee and to serve that well. Simple stuff, you know, like the competition won't start without you, right? So if you have a certain start time and, you know, you need to go to the bathroom or whatever you need to do, then just do it. Relax. They're not going to start without you, right? Take a deep breath, take your time, go up on stage, take your time there as well, right? Instruct everyone around you, timekeeper or whatnot, and make sure that everyone kind of knows what's happening and what's not happening. So, you know, just relax. It's really not that bad. But yeah, overall, I said the final experience was pretty good that day. I mean, we knew what we were getting ourselves into. We were well prepared, and we have to say we pretty much nailed it. We increased our points from 82 to 86, which is, you know, obviously not enough, but still, you know, a significant increase, which is good. That means we know our coffee, and that makes us happy. Yeah, I say, I mean, the issue was not in the open service, right? The issue was in the compulsory. That being said, we can always get better there as well, and there's definitely things to improve on in the future. But that was about it for the final. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. We have a few more of these videos coming as well. Thank you.